As Germany has doubled its weapons exports to Persian Gulf nations in 2012, with sales amounting to almost €1.5 billion. Now, most of that did go to Saudi Arabia, but let's discuss it further with Rainer Braun, a veteran of Germany's peace movement, joining us live here on RT. A pleasure to see you today. Thanks very much for coming on. So we know the story. Ultimately, a huge amount, an increase in demands for weapons, ultimately, as many say, caused by the Arab Spring. I understand we're talking business here, but is it wise to pump arms into such a turbulent region?
You know, for me, this is a huge scandal of the German politics. And it is also against German law, because German law said that it is not allowed to transport weapons in conflict regions. And definitely the region is a zone full of conflicts, not only between Israel and his neighbor countries. Also, there are a lot of internal conflicts. And, you know, we are transporting weapons to the most brutal regime in the world. This is totally unacceptable for us.
So you call it a big scandal, ultimately suggesting that it's illegal under German law to transport or sell weapons into a conflict zone. Then how are German authorities justifying sending weapons into a conflict zone?
You know, they have a very undemocratic system by sending these weapons. A secret committee decided about this. No one knows what they have decided. They have to offer this decision 1 year later to the parliament, so it is totally undemocratic. And the legitimation is, you know, that they believe that the support of this regime will help to secure German resources we need from this region. So it is only a profit business, and it's a profit business on the background of human rights and the people which are suffering because they are under pressure and because of the destroyment by the weapons.
Well, you talk about the issue of human rights. Certainly some of Germany's clients in that region, when it comes to buying weapons and military hardware, they do have some pretty dubious human rights records. But is there a way, as Germany sells weapons into conflict zones across the Arab world, is there a way to ensure that the weapons won't end up in rebel or terrorist hands, or do they care?
You know, this doesn't care anyone. You know, the business and the companies have their profit. The government is happy that it supports government which they are friends of, and the people are suffering. This is the brutal reality of arms export. Arms export is a criminal business, and it has to be forbidden generally, but this is a long-term fight, and we are very happy that 75% of the German population is against this kind of business, because it is really a brutal black business.
I suppose I should ask you, though, that, you know, Germany's not the only country selling weapons to the conflict-torn Middle Eastern region and parts of the Arab world that experienced the Arab Spring. So perhaps, I mean, is Germany really any worse than other major arms exporters?
You know, this is not an excuse for German politics. And when you are looking to the German history with these two aggressive wars we are responsible for, I think Germany could stay in the 21st century on the other side, on the peace side. So for me, there's a specific responsibility for Germany to act responsible and peaceful. And when other countries around us, like France and Great Britain, are doing quite the same, this is never an excuse for criminal politics.
Do you think, very quickly, I'm running low on time here, but is Germany taking any sides in the conflict-torn Arab Spring region? We know that most of these German weapons are going to Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia also a massive client of the United States as well when it comes to military hardware. Is there any vision from your part of Germany taking particular sides with any certain members of the Arab world?
You know, definitely we need very good relation to the country in the Arabic world. Definitely we need to support the peaceful revolution in the different countries, which are hopefully changing the world, that the conditions for the people becomes much better. Weapons are never helpful in any positive transitions. So we are for totally abolition of arms trade, and we are in general for an international arms agreement which does not allow any former or future arms trade.
All right, activist Rainer Braun from Germany's peace movement. A great pleasure to have you on RT today. Thank you.
Thank you.